Alright, let's start off by showing a couple quick videos of me using both these machines underwater. I did find about 15 gold rings just in the past couple of weeks using. I actually used both these machines, but check out a couple of these videos.
Equinox underwater.
Alright, let's talk about a couple things that go on with both of these, pros and cons. Alright, number one, the Excal depth-wise, good for 200 feet. Equinox, 10. And everywhere you see on the videos I've been diving, it's been less than 10 feet. Sometimes I can actually just stand up, but it's nice to be able to go down there, you know, without having to come up for air and just kind of fan it and looking for the stuff and all. You might not even be over your head, but it's still a lot easier doing that than trying to dig. Alright, so this wins on the depth-wise for sure. Alright, another thing I run into is the sound. Under the water, it's a lot harder to hear because you got all your breathing air bubbles coming up by your ear and all. And I find that the Excal has a better sound quality than the Equinox underwater. I can hear it better. It might just be the machine, but this one will definitely hear better. I actually have to hold my breath sometimes when I'm using the Equinox, because as a bubble goes by, I can't hear it. So I hold my breath, hit it real quick, and then see if I hear it, and then go back, and then take a breath. So the sound-wise, it really is hard to do it under the water with the sound purpose. I have been using a set of Tony advertising headphones. They work great. They're real comfortable. They won't fall off underwater. But both headphones have got the same sound volume on them. It's coming from the machine, not the headphones. So again, the Excal wins as far as the sound goes. Okay, next. When you're down underwater and you're trying to find a target, I find it easier to use an Excal trying to pinpoint. I'll put my hand on there just like that. I'll hear it, and you kind of tell how deep it is with this a little easier than you can with the Equinox. You know, the sound Equinox is kind of the same in that last 6 inches, where this one gets really loud when you get really close, and you I can almost pick up a penny like that, you know, with it, or a coin or whatever. So it seems like pinpointing with the Equinox, with the Excal, is better than with the Equinox. When I'm underneath the water, you can't see anything. A lot of times you can't see your hand in front of your face, so sometimes you're really just using the sense of feel to find your target. Alright, let's talk a little bit about dependability. The Equinox has leaked on me. I had to return one of them because it leaked inside. And I wasn't even going underwater. That was when I was just standing up, putting it underwater, and it actually did that. But I have been using this one now for several weeks underwater from time to time, and it has not leaked. It has done good. I've been within 10 feet and haven't had any issues with it. So that's been doing really well as far as water goes. I did have that one time it leaked. I know a lot of people have the Excal, and not a one of them have told me that the main unit has ever leaked on it. I don't know anybody. I'm sure they have, but I don't know anybody. But I know several people where the Equinox leaked. Several. I did have one issue with a Excal, another one, friend of mine's I was using. It got a crack right here, and the battery actually got a little bit of water in it, but they make a little piece you can put in and just replace that. It's real easy to do. Wasn't a big deal, and the battery was actually still good. It just had a little droplets in it. But I don't know if anybody's had one actually flooded, so when it comes to dependability as far as leaking goes, I'm giving it to the Excal right now. But there's some other issues. Stay tuned. We got some other things going on too. Alright, let's talk about some of the pros of the Equinox. One, it's got a digital display. You can actually, if you're underwater looking, you can actually kind of get an idea what you might be digging from the display. And it does have a lighted display, so you can kind of look at that and kind of get an idea if you want to dig it or not, potentially, depending on what you're digging in the area. So that's kind of nice. So as far as having that, I'm going to give it to the Equinox as far as the digital display goes. Now one thing, the negative thing about the Excalibur, well, let's talk about the positive. Another positive thing about the Equinox is the digital push button on here. So you can change modes on it. If you want to change your feedback and all, you can change anything you want to right here digitally, right? If you want to change anything on this machine, you got these knobs right here, and these knobs are exposed and they do get broken. That's a common thing on the Excalibur, so these knobs get broke. Sometimes this particular one right now has got a broken potentiometer right here. It just keeps turning. It cut off, but it keeps turning, so that the stop inside is broken. It's not working quite right. It's got to be fixed. So these knobs do get a lot of abuse, especially underwater. They do make a little guard that you can put over the top of it, but that's aftermarket, and doesn't come with the detector. So, and this one's been replaced, this knob here, and you'll see it. This has been replaced. So you'll see that a lot on these Excaliburs. This is a negative on Excalibur because these exposed knobs. It's been in existence, been made like this for a long time before a lot of the digital stuff came out. So just the way they have it, they haven't updated to that point. But that's a little negative right there. So the Equinox wins on the digital display, the digital buttons that you can change things with. Alright, let's talk about small targets that they can find. It can be a pro and a con for the Equinox. This thing will pick up much smaller targets than the Excalibur will, which is good at times because, for example, a gold chain, a small gold chain, this guy will hear it, boom, boom, instantly. Excalibur, not so much. The Excalibur will miss a gold chain, a small gold chain, where the Equinox will not. But the Equinox will also pick up little tiny pieces like if in the ear it's got a lot of ammunition pieces, you know, like copper and all that. That happens down at beach light. You pick up little tiny pieces all over the place. When you're looking for rings on, you don't care about that. You don't want to hear it, but you hear it with this baby here. But you also will hear that gold chain. So it's a win-lose there. I mean, it could go either way for you, depending on what you're trying to hunt. So I like being able to hit the small stuff. So I'm gonna give that one to the Equinox. All right, let's talk about the battery. The Equinox has a built-in battery. It's not exposed. It's there. You just charge it, it goes, right? The Excalibur actually has a battery down here on the bottom that you actually have to plug in every time. You got to make sure you plug it in until you don't want to jump in the water with this unplugged, because you could get some leakage through there and all. So that's another little thing you got to deal with. And the other issue is it's got a cord going to it. Mine actually broke right here because I guess just from unplugging and plugging and plugging it out, they will break. Excalibur's famous for having broken cords inside. When you start hearing it go, you know you got a broken wire inside that's making and breaking. So that's an issue with this machine. You do have these exposed cords which do break. So I'm going to give that to the Equinox. Wins that little competition because it does not have that battery cord. It's something else to break. Alright, so which one wins? I think it's a matter of preference. I kind of like both of them. If I could get maybe an amplified headphone, I won't say make them or not underwater, but I think I would rather have the Equinox over the Excalibur. Not sure. Oh, one other thing though, I'll talk about is depth. I always, you know, in the back of my mind, I said that Equinox goes deeper than the Excalibur, and I think it does, but I wouldn't bet any money on it. For example, I just sent my Excalibur back in, and they did a diagnostic on it, and it said I needed a new coil. My coil was only reading 1 inch when it should be reading deeper, so it could have been my coil while it was going deeper. Each machine, you know, you could have problems with them when you're doing testing also. My Excalibur, the Mind said that it had a bad coil and it wasn't going as deep as it should. So maybe when I was tested I had a problem, I don't know, but I feel like the Equinox will go deeper, but I'm not going to make any bets on that right now. But overall, the Equinox is easy to use, but Excalibur's got that good sound to it. So I kind of like using both of them. I'm not going to say one or the other right now. Maybe at a later date I will. Maybe when I get my new Excalibur, it might be a lot different. I don't know. So anyway, I just want to show you how I had them all set up, how I've been using them underwater. Y'all see me underneath the water using both of them with the hand. This is actually mounted on my hip, which makes it a little bit lighter because I'm just dealing with that way. This is a little bit more pushing it through the water, but it's not bad. It's still super light, so that's not really too bad of a con on that. Anyway, I appreciate everybody checking out my little, how I do my stuff with the underwater metal detector. All right, thanks for coming along. Please click like, comment below, share, and subscribe to the Gigmaster. Thanks.